So just testing out the blocks again. So these, they won't be released, these blocks, because the gluing process didn't work, and also the blocks, they're not perfect. So instead of just throwing them away because they didn't work, just using them as experimentation to try and push myself a little bit further than normal. And swapping over to a number 0 rigger brush, which is quite a fine, long bristled brush. Some cool experiments have happened with that. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's kind of like very fine lines going up into the mountains. That's actually cool. I want to keep that. That's actually the metallic pigment bleeding into the non-metallic paint. So that's a cool effect. And an effect that I want to keep. That kind of turned out pretty cool. I won't keep it, but it's a good experiment. I found a spare one of these faces. This is available on my watercolor course. So I printed out quite a few. And this one I found floating around, so I thought I'd just play with it and see what effects I can get. I go through painting faces in my course, and this is the template for faces, but if I mess it up, it's okay. It's been a couple of days and I'm definitely feeling rusty again. That's normal. That's what happens when you don't paint for a while. It takes a little bit to get into the flow. Definitely trying not to overthink any of the painting process today, just because it's been a couple of days, and I know that when I have a couple of days break, it never goes to plan. Already that doesn't work. It's quite bad. So I'm just going to put that aside and do something else. Colours, colours, what colours? Don't even know. I don't even know what colours to use. Any ideas? Definitely creatively stuck, I feel, at the moment. I've got doves on the balcony. Very cute sounds. Oops, put my finger in the paint. Feels like even the colours aren't working very well today. It's not what I'm be painting, but that's, I think, the nature of it when you don't paint for a while. Yeah, it doesn't feel enjoyable today. That's so funny. When it's supposed to be like an enjoyable thing, but I think that's just the nature of, sometimes you're quite creative and other days not really. And for me, that day it feels like a not really. If I stick at it, and I think that's the good thing about having a practice, is that you do it whether you feel like it or not. It's like exercise. You know it's good for you. But it's the consistency that pays off over time. And I think it's the same with anything creative. You don't feel like doing it, but if you just show up, it's that consistency over time. That's what has the most effect. Okay, yeah, definitely not feeling it. So I'm going to put this one aside as well. And I'm just going to be messy again. It's my blue book. So this one is going to be all things blue. And just play. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to play with blue. Let's see what comes up. Been making my own indigo. So I will use that as my base colour. And I'm going to use a different brush. This is, yeah, one of those days where I just don't feel like painting at all, but I know that if I just give it a go, I'll feel better at the end of it. And I might even discover something. Yeah. Wondering why I've loved like these kind of dark, moody shapes so much. And I used to love watching, when I was a kid, Japanese calligraphy. Isn't that funny? Like, I've just only recently made that discovery. But that's why I like these kind of shapes, these dark organic shapes. They remind me of Japanese calligraphy. that's cool. Those shapes are very cool shapes. That's cool. Nearly finished this sketchbook. There's lots of experiments and playing with ideas. I'm going to do this one. All the materials that I use should be in the description. Link it. Get asked quite a lot what my materials are. I'm going to do pinks and purples for this one. Okay, you can put that there. Good thing about playing in your sketchbook is if you mess it up, like, no one cares. No one knows. Unless you put it on the internet. Which I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to mix up some of the colours first, I think. So we need to clean that green. We don't need that green. Palette is often a mess, sadly. That's okay though. It's part of being creative. Oops. Just using paper towel. Just regular paper towel. Clean up the mess. Let's start with just a very watery mix of permanent rose. Already pretty sure I'm going to add quite a bit of orange to this later on, I think. That's what's in my head at the moment anyway. So at the moment, definitely like out of practice because I am traveling a lot. It's hard to have a studio space, one that can be the kind of place that you can just sit and create at any time that you like. Already I'm liking the direction that this is taking. It's working well. Oops. We lost a brush to the floor. So alternating between putting paint on and taking it off, just so we've got that contrast. I'm liking that very soft feathering there at the moment anyway. I've only used 2 colours so far. I'm liking the flow. It's funny, it didn't feel like I wasn't enjoying the painting earlier, but now I'm starting to enjoy the flow. So it's, I think that's where the importance of showing up, because it doesn't always come immediately. Look at that. Now I'm getting happy with it. Yay. We are getting there. Just taking paint away, just using the properties of the brush to have those shapes and get that negative space. It's pretty cool. It's working really well. I'm liking the style of it so far. I'm trying to introduce some more darker areas. So what I'm going to use now is that number 0 brush. I'm going to put some Well, that's still quite damp actually. Will I do that? I might have to let it dry a bit more, because there is so much. Yeah, it's still quite damp, but I might lift some of the clouds out of that, give it a little bit more contrast. So this is where I think it's starting to come into its own. Like, it's taken maybe 4 years to get to this point, but I'm really starting to lean into, because abstracts is what I want to do. Not what I want to do, it's what I do when I relax. Abstracts are definitely the heart and soul of a lot of my work. But I'm finding ways to kind of put that into the landscapes, and I really am enjoying exploring it. That's been really nice. Now I'm going to use the handmade silver. I've actually gone through a lot more of this than I expected. I never used to use it as much, but it's just so subtle that I've really started incorporating it into a lot of my work, which has been interesting, unexpected. It's just one of those things that you know there's something there, but it's not until the light hits it that it just really starts to pop. I'm not sure if, there we go. I think you'll be able to just see it. Yeah, boom. So you can tell that there's something there, but it's definitely certain angles and certain lighting conditions that really make it stand out, which is lovely and nice to experiment with. I'm going to leave it like that for now. she says, so she does one more thing. So what I'll do is in a bit of a flow. So I'm going to try and repeat it on the other side, but maybe a different colour, so that'll, just while I'm in kind of that zone of liking the creations. Come on. There we go. I'm just reusing the tape. I find I can reuse this tape quite often before it starts to give out on me, which is great. Curls in on itself and doesn't behave. Yeah, I like how it turned out. Definitely more of an abstract landscape than anything else. Yeah, some of the shapes and things like that, I think they're really nice. So what I'll do now is I will grab a little bit more tape, and I'm going to do the next side. I might leave it there for today because I've gotten back into the flow. It did take a while though. I guess that's easy too. When you have your space set up and ready to go for a lot of things, it makes it easier. I am going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to do turquoise, I think. Kind of in a turquoise kind of frame of mind, I think. Let's see what we can achieve with this colour. It's on an ever so slight angle, so I'm working with the paint here, which is good. And while we've got that lift it up and have that flow. That's a really nice flow. Kind of on one side of the brush I've got Viridian, and on the other side of the brush I've got the Phthalo, and I'm kind of letting the brush dictate where the colour goes in regards to which colour, whether it's the Viridian or the Phthalo. Because a lot of that page is still got a lot of the water still in it. It's reacting quite nicely. That was a bit darker than I anticipated. kind of fun to do. Same thing, I'll just go in with the silver. It's kind of cool. Very cool. I think that's all for today. Thanks, everyone.